Thinking too much will destroy you. It ruins the situation, twists things, makes you worry about useless questions, and makes things worse than they really are. Don't say what you can do or what you will do. Don't always tell people what's on your mind. Most of them don't really care. Make people wonder what you're doing. Don't worry about what others think. This is you lower your status in a hypocritical society. Unless you're rich, then don't give a damn. The great, courageous act that we must all do is to have the courage to step out of our history and past so that we can live our dreams. It's better to suffer losses than to focus on making a small profit. Sometimes you just have to accept that some people can only be in your heart, not in your life. When writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Show respect even to people who don't deserve it. Not as a reflection of their character, but as a reflection of yours. Don't say what you can do or what you will do. Don't always tell people what's on your mind. Most of them don't really care. Make people wonder what you're doing. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. The value of time becomes evident when it's gone. Use it wisely, so live every moment as if it were your last. Any fool can learn from experience. A wise man learns from others. Spend some real time with your children, their friends, and your grandchildren. No matter what good you do to people, they will only remember your mistakes. Sometimes you just have to say no and ignore the guilt trip that follows. Life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. Find your why. Your why is the foundation of your goals and provides meaning to your actions. It's the deep personal reason that drives your ambitions. You can't make someone love you by giving them more of what they already don't appreciate. In every situation, life is asking us a question and our actions are the answer. Our job is simply to answer well. Often the right thing and the hardest thing are the same. The worst kinds of enemies are those who pretend to be your friends. Taking responsibility for all of your problems alleviates more suffering than it creates. Most of the time, you have to swallow the pain and learn to grow up by yourself. Never overlook contempt. When someone views you with contempt and talks to you like you're beneath them, they will likely do you harm, whether relationally, socially, or physically. Remove that person from your life. What you do today can improve all your tomorrows. The actions of men are the best interpreters of their thoughts. Avoid people who use their pain as an excuse to hurt you. Your friends and family do not always know what is best for you. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Not every thought needs to be expressed. Never decide what you can or cannot do based on your lowest points in life. Don't let people know too much about you. Most people don't care, and some secretly want you to fail. The greatest sin is to think of yourself as weak. You can't be happy with someone else if you aren't happy with yourself. There are things in life we don't want to happen but have to accept, things we don't want to know but have to learn, and people we can't live without but have to let go. Only put off until tomorrow what you are willing to die, having left undone. When you react, you lose power. Don't allow anyone to treat you badly just because you love them. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living. And your belief will help create the fact. No matter who tries to teach you lessons about life, you won't understand it until you go through it on your own. If you don't let go of the wrong people, you will never meet the right people. Never say anything about someone to someone else that you wouldn't say to that person in person. Learn how to heal without taking out your anger on anyone. Sometimes we create pain for ourselves through expectations. The value of time will become clear when it passes. Please use it wisely. To become someone you've never been, you have to do things you've never done. We fall, we break, we fail. But then we stand up. We heal, we overcome. Loneliness is not the absence of others, but the loss of oneself. I may give up, but I will never give up. If you don't fight for what you want, you will cry for what you have lost. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Don't give up. Don't think bad about the future, because we will never know. If our lives are already written, don't let others change the script. If you're going to get angry about something, ask yourself, will I remember this in 10 years? Going back to your ex is like having a shower and then putting dirty underwear back on. If you can drop anything from your world, drop the ego. Facing your emotions gives you more strength and happiness in the long run, rather than shutting them down or ignoring them. If you put her on a pedestal, she has no choice but to look down on you. You only get one body. Take care of it. You'll have it all your life. And while it is incredibly resilient, it can only give you what you put in. The most important thing in life is learning how to fall. You won't forget some bad things. You just stop caring. Until that happens, don't stress too much about it. Do not let the memories of your past limit the potential of your future. There are no limits to what you can achieve on your journey through life, except in your mind. People give you advice based on their perspective. Don't take people for granted. You never know when they could be gone. You never know how much they mean to you until they're gone. One of my biggest lessons in life is we heal at the speed of our forgiveness. Keep an open mind and act like an artist, but think, fail and learn like a scientist. You can't understand everything immediately. Sometimes you need to wait. Not everything in your brain needs to come out of your mouth. If you are a friend of everybody, you are an enemy to yourself. We must meet the challenge rather than wish it were not before us. Never back down from a real challenge. They give the best lessons in life. All you have to do is pay attention. Lessons always happen when you are ready. Don't do anything that you will have to lie about later. You are born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them in that proportion. People will walk in and out of your life, and those you least expect will become past remembrances of a temporary time you once thought was permanent. Success is not about your resources. It's about how resourceful you are with what you have. A little foolishness enough to enjoy life, and a little wisdom to avoid the errors that will do. You don't only live once, you live multiple lives within one. The chief danger in life is that you may take too many precautions. Sometimes the world is trying to tell you who you are, but if you don't stop to reflect and listen, you'll never be able to hear. Keep your expectations only on yourself. The hardest thing to learn in life is which bridge to cross and which bridge to burn. The biggest thing you need to accept is change. Don't make promises if you have no intention to fulfill them. It might not mean anything to you, but it could mean a whole world to someone else. Always trust what your gut tells you, even when everybody else tries to convince you otherwise. The more grateful you are, the more beauty you will see all around you, the more generous life will seem, and the happier you will become. We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. If someone emphasizes that they are telling the truth, you can be sure they are lying. Thank you for watching the entire video. If this video is good, please leave comment number 1.